Okay. We are here with Edward, one of the students of my course, and you've never done voiceover before.
I have not. Mm-mm.
Just you were saying you did Toastmasters and NLP training and stuff like that.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And we've never worked together before, like one-on-one like this.
We have not.
No, but I heard some of your samples so far, and they're fantastic.
I appreciate that.
So we're gonna dive into this right away, and we're gonna see what you got. We're gonna dive into the iPhone 14 voiceover script. You've looked over these a bit?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How much? Did you cheat? Did you really go into it?
No, I didn't. I read through it twice, and I didn't get through past the Texan aspect or Texans.
Okay, cool. You don't have to do a Texan accent today. Don't worry. But you might want to, we'll get to that in a second. So we're going to start with iPhone 14. So the way I always approach every script before I do anything is I just read it through once and get information. Don't try to perform it. Don't make any decisions yet. We're just going to read it through once, and I'm going to ask you some questions, and we'll just talk it out. And then we'll go for a performance take. Okay. So just take your time, take a big deep breath, and then just go from the beginning to the end. Take your time and really, as you're saying the words, notice what kind of emotions or visual pictures come up in your mind as you're going through it.
Okay. Sounds good. So you want me to vocalize first, or just vocalize?
Just say it just from beginning to end, and just talk it out. You don't worry about performance. Just say it for now.
Okay. Which iPhone is right for you? Welcome, the ultimate iPhone 14 from $999, a total powerhouse. From $799, as amazing as ever. From $599, serious value. iPhone 14, love the power, love the price.
Okay, great. So now look at the script and think about the stuff that you thought of when you're going through it. What stands out at you? Are there any sort of words? This will be good for you because you do NLP, so maybe you picked them out right away. Yeah. What kind of words spark emotion or spark curiosity? What words give you a clue to the kind of feeling that they're looking for in this piece of copy?
Let's see.
There are no wrong answers. You said love, you said power, and you said amazing. Mm-hmm. Those are the kind of things that I'm looking for when I look at a script, right? That kind of gives you the clue about exactly what is going on in this script right now. Now, when you think of an iPhone 14, who buys an iPhone 14?
Straight up Apple users. I'm there.
What are they? Okay, tell me about Apple users.
Simplicity, clean edges, functionality. Just
what do they do for work? The people that buy them. Let's just say this: the iPhone 14. This is coming out right now, so someone is going to buy this at full price right now. That's who we're trying to get.
Yeah, convenience, simplicity. Yeah.
People that like some convenience, simplicity. Maybe possibly they have some money in their pocket, a little bit more high end. They like the finer things in life. You know, they don't buy cheap stuff. They're not buying a Nokia. They're buying an Apple iPhone 14, the new one, right? Right. So we've got love, we've got amazing, and we've got power in there. So those are the kind of qualities that we need to hear come out in your read. And you can kind of do it at those certain times too. You don't need to start off with like power and amazing and put love into everything you do. You kind of want those emotions to hit as you're going through those parts of the script. So let's start at the very beginning of it, and let's just take it slow. So when you say which iPhone is right for you, you want to think about somebody that you're talking to, right? You want to be talking to one person. You don't want to be talking to like a general audience and just make the sound great and just be like, which iPhone is right for you? It just sounds too announcery, right? You really want to ask that question, like seriously ask it. Don't worry about how your voice sounds because it already sounds great. You got a great voice. So just don't even think about it. Just really ask that question. Now, when you think of somebody that's a little bit more high end in your life that would buy an iPhone 14, that would get excited about it, who, like, you don't have to tell me, but get that person pictured in your head and then deliver that first line. Which iPhone 14 is right for you? Which iPhone
is right for you? Which iPhone is right for you? Welcome.
Really say it. Hold on. Really say it. Like, really say it. Like, when I say, like, you can even do a little bit of improv in the beginning where you could say something like, Okay, so there's an iPhone 14 Pro. There's an iPhone 14. What's the big one called? The mega one?
Pro Max or yeah.
The Pro Max, right? So you got the Pro, you got the Pro Max, you
Mhm.
got an old school iPhone 13. I mean, I probably wouldn't get that, but I don't know which iPhone is right for you.
There it is, right there. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like really ask that question. So you do a little improv if you need to in the beginning.
All right. I like your commentary. I'm going to run with that. Which iPhone is right for you?
Good. You jumped into it a little bit. You're on the right track, but
Okay.
think like in your mind,
Mhm.
try and figure out which iPhone that they might pick first, and
Okay.
then ask them. You know what I mean? Be like, almost have the answer. Be like, which iPhone is right for you? You know what I mean? Like, really ask the question because you're not sure. You wanted to guess, but you got to ask.
Okay.
Trust me, this is going somewhere.
All right, good. All right. So are you into the gold cases, platinum? Which iPhone is right for you?
Great. That was a really good take. Good. Okay, so we've got that first line handled. Which iPhone is right for you? The next line, welcome the ultimate iPhone 14 from $999, a total powerhouse. Okay, so the trap with this line is to go into announcer because most people would. I would if I just looked at this at first. I'd be like, welcome the ultimate iPhone 14 from $999, a total powerhouse. Totally wrong. Those copy, the copy that was written there,
Mhm.
that's going to do all the work. It's going to do the heavy lifting, but you
Okay.
have to have a sense of the awe of it. The ultimate iPhone 14 from $999, a total powerhouse. You can't ignore those words, but don't sell them. They'll sell themselves.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Let me just think here for a second.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And you're still talking to that person.
Okay.
So don't like imagine if somebody came up to you and was like, "Oh, you want which iPhone was right for you? Welcome, the ultimate." Like it would just be weird, right? You want to sound like you're talking to someone,
Okay.
one person.
And we're starting at welcome.
That's right.
Okay. Welcome the iPhone 14. Welcome the iPhone 14.
It's okay. Do the whole line if you can.
Do the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah. So, right. There was a period there. So go from welcome the iPhone 14.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Do the welcome the iPhone 14 from $999, a total powerhouse.
Okay. Welcome the iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse.
Good. Now love the product a little bit more. Like you love iPhone 14s. Like,
Okay.
as soon as you show this thing, the
Mhm.
person you're talking to is gonna be like, oh my God, how do I get one? Where do I what?
Okay.
You're showing them like the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
But like hold it in, hold it close to your chest.
Okay.
Don't give it away. Just be proud of it. iPhone 14.
Yeah. Well, welcome the iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse.
Good. Now give me a little dash of excitement. Just a dash. It's the ultimate iPhone 14.
Okay. Well, welcome the ultimate iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse.
Good. Now just slow it down a little bit.
Welcome the iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse.
Okay, good. Now we're going to go on to from $799, as amazing as ever. So you lift it up just a little bit.
Okay. From $799. Oh, do you want me to go through from the
Yeah,
beginning?
no, just that line for now.
Okay, perfect.
We'll put it all together at the end. Don't you worry. We're getting there.
Great. From $799, as amazing as ever. Oh, wait, we're bringing it down, right? You
We're
said down.
bringing it up. You're on the
Bringing
right
it up.
track.
So we're going
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Give me a little more energy.
Okay. From $799, as amazing as ever. From
Good. Now,
$599. So,
sorry, go on. Go on. If you want to go for it.
yeah. From $599, a serious value. iPhone 14. Love the power, love the price.
Okay, so there's three prices in there, right?
Mhm.
So we got to make each price sound more amazing than the next one.
Okay.
So we're going to have to bring our energy up from $9.99, a total powerhouse, from $7.99, as amazing as ever, from $5.99, serious value.
Okay, cool. I like that better.
But you're still talking to someone. So just
Okay.
get a little excited, and
All right.
then we'll start from the beginning and go all the way down to from $5.99 serious value. And then we'll get to the last line.
Okay. Which iPhone is right for you? Welcome the ultimate iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse. From $799, as amazing as ever. From $599, a serious value. iPhone
No,
14.
no, that's good. That's good. Hold on. So do that again.
Okay.
Give me more energy. Give me what you think would be over the top energy, not monster truck energy, but over the top energy. Because I
Someday.
feel like we are. We're gonna have to pull you out of your shell a little bit. So just give me what you think is over the top energy and build it. One thing is better than the next.
Okay.
And then when we get to iPhone 14, put a big stupid smile on your face and just go, iPhone 14. Love the power. Love the price.
Cool.
Big smile on your face. Okay, you
All right.
ready?
Yep. Which iPhone is right for you? Welcome the ultimate iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse. From $799, as amazing as ever. From $599, a serious value. iPhone 14. Love the power, love the price.
Good, good. Not that definitely wasn't over the top, but it was a little announcery. We were getting towards that realm, but we brought you out a little bit. So tell me, Ed,
Hmm.
what kind of objects, things that you can own in your life do you have that you think is fucking awesome that you think everybody should have?
Let's see. Good question. Dang. First thing that comes to mind is a nice bicycle.
That's great. It could be anything. It could be a bike, could be a motorbike, could be I don't care, anything.
Yeah.
What's good? Like what do you think that you have that's awesome that you think everybody should experience, everybody should have?
Yeah, I would say probably a dirt bike.
A dirt bike? Great. That's great. How much is like the best dirt bike?
Let's see. Probably don't go past about 15,000 MSRP now.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So picture the best one that you can get for 10 grand.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna give it to you for 8 grand.
Okay.
It's a good deal. Okay. Now you can get a third one if you want, but you can get it for 5 grand.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. So we're not talking about iPhones anymore. We're talking about motorbikes,
Mhm.
right? And you're selling to yourself. Tell me about this motorbike.
Okay. Like right now?
Right now, this dirt bike. But
All
use
right.
the words. You have to use the copy. You tell me about dirt bikes, but you're saying iPhone. Which iPhone is right for you? Tell me
Okay.
all about it.
So read this script.
Yeah, but what we're doing
But
is
using the
substitution,
enthusiasm.
right?
Okay.
So
Oh,
like
okay.
we're
So
substituting
which
what
dirt bike is right for you? Kind of thing?
yeah, but we're gonna say iPhone. You can say dirt bike at first, but
Okay.
you can say dirt bike instead if that helps you. But
Mhm.
eventually we're just gonna get rid of the dirt bike and we're gonna use the imagery that you feel inside of you when you think about dirt bikes for the
Yeah.
iPhone. Because what that's gonna do is it's actually gonna get you emotionally involved where you
Mhm.
don't have to sell it. You're actually excited about it. And that way it'll come across as more authentic. It will come across as authentically you, but your
Mhm.
excitement will be up. So it's not gonna sound like you're just talking and spraying words. You know what I mean?
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Which iPhone is right for you? Which iPhone is right for you? Welcome the ultimate iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse. From $799, as amazing as ever. From $599, a serious value. iPhone 14. Love the power, love the price.
Good. That was great. Huge improvement. Now we're gonna do it again. You're probably like, oh my God, we move on to the next script.
I'm
Okay,
totally
so
cool.
when you say which iPhone is right for you, I want you to
Conversation.
say it almost with like you're like kind of interrogating a bit, like don't pick wrong. Which iPhone is, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
be a little cheeky with it, and
Oh,
then have some swagger through the rest of it. Be,
okay.
you're a likable guy. Don't be afraid to show your personality. Let's see some swagger.
This guy. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So which iPhone is right for you? Welcome.
Don't race through it. Don't race through it. Just take your time. Take your time.
Which iPhone is right for you? Welcome the iPhone 14. From $999, a total powerhouse. From $799, as amazing as ever. From $599, a serious value. Yeah, the iPhone 14. Love the power, love the price.
That was good. You're
Well done.
really good at the authentic stuff. Like when you're like you're a chill person, and everything you say has a great quality of voice, and it sounds authentic. The one thing that you need to work on is just letting yourself get excited about things and coming out of your shell a bit. Because that's where I can hear you start to push it a bit. Like for me, I naturally get excited about shit,
Yeah,
right?
I want to move a lot, and that's generally what I do.
It's
So,
my so it's okay when if you want to move a lot and you want to like get into it and express yourself. That's what I do. There's some voice actors that will sit down in a chair like this and act that way. I can't. I've got to be standing up to do it. And you can get yourself into it if it helps you. But yeah, man, that was great. That was a good read.
Cool.
Let's move on to Nike or Nike. Again, we're just going to do just a read just for information.
Okay. All right. There's never a wrong time to stand tall. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets like Nike Dunk Up High gives the 80s b-ball icon perfect lift, or the perfect lift. With its classic high top design, sport-like essence, and elevated midsole, it stays true to the hoops of the DNA. Whoop. It stays true to hoops DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. Nike Dunk High Up.
Okay, good. So what kind of feeling do you get from this? Like what do you think they're going for here? Like what kind of images come to mind?
I'm seeing like the the stop on the wood court, ball going, a little bit of sweat like I'm perspirating, and
What kind
then
of music do you think is going in the background? Nike always has music. It's rare that they don't.
what music would they use? Let's see.
What
I'm
do you
kind
think?
of getting like a lo-fi, but like also like higher energy, kind of like in between.
Yeah. Do you think maybe they might have something that's a hit from the 80s going on?
Yeah, more than likely.
Maybe, right? And they use the word b-ball in there too,
Yeah.
instead of basketball. That's synonymous with the culture and almost like a hip hop sort of vibe to it, right? We're
Yeah.
talking high top design and all that. Stay true to your DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every. So we got confidence in there, so you got to come with a lot of confidence in this, right? Nike dunk up high, Nike dunk high up. Okay,
That's a hard combination of words. I'm glad I did my
Nike dunk high up. Yeah, it is. There's never a wrong time to stand tall. Created for the hardwood, but taking street. And you've got streets in there.
Mhm.
80s b-ball streets, classic high top design, essence, confidence, b-ball. I think you got to have like the most amount of swagger you've ever had for this, and I think you can really take your time with it.
There's never a wrong time to stand tall. Created for the hardwood but taken to the streets, the Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift. With its classic high top design, sport-like essence, and elevated midsole, it stays true to Hoop's DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. Nike Dunk High Up.
Good second read. Okay, we're gonna start at the beginning, and we're just gonna do the first line.
Cool.
There's never a wrong time to stand tall. I want you to hit never.
Okay.
I want you to hit that shit hard and really like give me some attitude with this line. Yeah. Are you from Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me some South Side attitude.
Okay. South Side.
Yeah, there you go.
There's never a wrong time. Wait, there's
Yeah,
never a
don't
wrong.
second guess it. Go with it, man. Even if you feel silly in a certain way, it'll help you. You know what I mean? And own it. You gotta like. Here's the thing: if you don't fully commit to like whatever attitude you're doing, that's where it's going to sound forced and kind of off. But if you just commit to it, it'll be easier and it'll work.
Okay. There's never a wrong time to stand tall.
Good.
Too much?
So we'll go with the second line.
Okay.
Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets. So when you look at that line, created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets. We're comparing things almost, right? Created by the hardwood, but taken to the streets. It's two different things. So have those two thought processes and break it up that way. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets. So don't read it straight through. Break it up just like that. And then we'll worry about the rest of the line after. Don't forget the attitude.
Yeah. Created for the hardwood. Right. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
Right. Give me a little more South Side.
Oh.
Give me a dash of Bronx in there.
Okay. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
You sound like a dude from Boston. Created for the hardwood.
Hardwood.
Okay. Yeah, no, good. Like,
let me just go
trying to think here.
There's never a wrong time to stand tall. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
Yeah. Okay, just
I don't have that much of an accent anymore. Like it's hard.
Don't worry about the accent. I think that's where we're kind of I think we're not gelling in this aspect is the fact that when I'm saying attitude, you think that means accent. I can give you attitude in a Canadian accent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Attitude. It's I'm the shit. Give me the I'm the shit attitude. I'm a fucking sneakerhead. I love basketball. You should too. And if you don't like it, eat a dick.
There it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so
So give me some attitude, some Nike, we're the shit, buy our stuff attitude.
yeah,
Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
there it is. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets. Created
No,
for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
now stop the upglide on hardwood. Don't go up with it.
Okay. Oh, created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
You did it again. I'm trying to do some like a more
Oh, I did.
advanced stuff with
That's like
you.
an upward
So
inflection.
yeah, so like taken to the
Created for the hardwood.
created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
Yeah, the thing is, when you do upglides at the end of words, it makes you sound less confident. There is a place for them, but I don't think it's in this.
Okay. Okay. Created for the hardwood. Wow. Okay. Created for the hardwood.
Do like sometimes when you want to like have an attitude, all you got to do is like put your body in a position that makes you feel like you have an attitude. You know what I mean? Like see me like I'm squinting a little bit. I probably look ridiculous. I've got my arms full like this. I probably look like an idiot, but I feel like I got a lot of attitude. And are you getting that from like the way I'm talking right now? Your body, like your voice will follow what your body does. That's why voice actors get into stuff. So
Yeah.
give me some attitude with your posture.
Okay.
You got a posture of a Mormon right now.
I'm like getting low because my desk is like not the right.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Just give me some attitude. Loosen up.
All right. All right. So let's see here. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets.
Good. Better. Okay. Let's move on. The Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift. That is not an easy sentence. The Nike. So with this, you've really got to hit, not overly, you got to sneakily hit Nike Dunk High Up. And you have to fit it in with the rest of the sentence, but you got to billboard it. You got to make it stand out. You got to give the product some love, is what they call it. Because when let's say you do this audition, let's say you're not doing the job, but you're doing the audition to get the job, there's going to be a room full of executives. They're all going to have pen and piece of paper, and they'll be listening to a whole bunch of different voice actors with their voice to the picture. And they're going to be marking down whether the product name was clear or not, whether they like the way you said the name of the product. And that's going to be an extremely important thing.
Okay.
So we really got to hit this. Nike Dunk High Up.
The Nike Dunk High Up. The Nike. Oh, see, now I'm like getting caught up. Nike versus Nike.
Nike.
The Nike Dunk High Up. The Nike Dunk High Up. The Nike Dunk High Up. Okay.
You got to go with the rest of the sentence. Gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift. So you're saying it fine, but slow it down a bit and then say the rest of the sentence. So like what I'm looking for is something like the Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift.
Perfect. Okay. The Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift.
No, it's all good. Now just tighten up that space between the Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift. You see how I did that? It's just like a dash of a space, but not a long one. And then it makes it stand out from the rest of the sentence.
I like it. Okay. The Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Here's the thing. I make mistakes in live sessions with directors all the time. All the time. There's no voice actor unless it's like something short like this that's going to get through without making any mistakes. But I'll make mistakes on like the first sentence of a live session with people I've never worked with before. What separates people that are amateurs from people that are pros is the pros don't get phased. They'll just start the sentence again. So if you make a mistake, just start it again. But if you're halfway through it, you don't even need to go to the beginning of the spot. Just go back to the beginning of the sentence or the beginning of where your thought break was. Like, for instance, if I did created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets, the Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s. And if I made a mistake right there, I wouldn't go back to created. I'd go back to the Nike Dunk High Up. Make sense?
Yeah. The Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift.
One more time. Let's get this. Let's nail this. I'm giving you a workout.
Yeah, that's good. I'll take it. The Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift.
Good. Good. Okay, let's move on. With its classic high top design, sport-like essence, and elevated midsole, It stays true to Hoops DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. Do you think you can get through the whole thing?
Yeah.
That's it. That's a long ass sentence.
With its classic high top design, sports-like essence, and elevated midsole, it stays true to Hoops DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. Nike Dunk High Up.
Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So let's go a different direction because I stretched you there.
I have a question.
Yes.
About like diaphragm. Since I don't really have any training, like in a lot of cases, if I speak like from my lower belly, it does help, like with projecting. But also at the same time, what do you do when you're closer to running out of breath?
Right. So great question. It really depends on where I am and what I'm saying. So, for instance, let's take this really long sentence that you just did. With its classic high top design, sport like essence, and elevated midsole, it stays true to Hoops DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. I would probably take a breath right before I started that line. And I would know this before by practicing a lot before getting into a live session and take that whole thing in one breath. So it's usually after periods, but I don't say that that's a hard and fast rule because sometimes you'll get in the session with a client and they'll be like, listen, ignore all the periods. This is a 30-second spot. We wrote way too much and we can't cut any of the stuff out. We need it all in. So you have to do this whole 30-second spot and you have to make a breath sound like you're not taking a breath, meaning you got to find a spot to be able to stop, take a breath, and then carry that thought line through when you start again. So it'd be like, let's say if it was on that line, with its classic high top design, sport-like essence, and elevated midsole, it stays true to Hoops DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. You see what I mean? And then in the edit, they will just take that breath out.
Okay, cool.
So it's more important to find spots to take a breath where you can take, where you can naturally take that breath without breaking the thought. But if you have to take one, just continue the thought after. But don't do it in the middle of a word.
Yeah, perfect.
Does that clear it up at all? Or do you need another example?
That does.
Cool. So we're going to take this whole thing again, but we're going to do a completely different read with it. One that I think would probably suit you a little bit more. So I want you to do this again. And I want you to do it as if you are a lab technician and you're explaining it. You're explaining like the scientific, like all of the reasons why the Nike Dunk High Ups are the best shoes that you could possibly get. Like you're scientific about it, right?
Okay.
Like these aren't thoughts that you're having. You've got the data to prove it. These are things that, you can prove.
Good.
So very, very technical, very clear, concise, like you're doing NLP. Explain the facts. Give me the facts with this.
There's never a wrong time to stand tall. Created for the hardwood, but taken to the streets, the Nike Dunk High Up gives the 80s b-ball icon the perfect lift. With its classic high top design, sports-like essence, and elevated midsole, it stays true to the Hoops DNA while letting you channel your confidence with every step. Nike Dunk High Up.
That's good. That's a good read. What was the head shake at the end? You weren't sure?
Now I'm stuck on Nike versus Nike. Like,
yeah, I don't honestly, man. I think you have to ask them.
yeah. Who knows?
Let's
just say Nike. That's just my time. Okay.
Let's go to. Let's see here. I kind of want to do. Yeah, let's do a hatchback. Let's do Toyota Corolla hatchback.
Okay.
So, Toyota, like they're not. I mean, unless they're doing trucks, and even still, then they're a fun brand, right? So when you're looking at your scripts and all that, when you're going to do, let's say, an audition or you're doing the job, it's good when you have a famous brand to just go onto YouTube or iSpot TV and search the commercials that they've done previously. And if you can kind of find a common thread, which you usually can do, like when I say Ram truck, you know what the voice is going to sound like, right?
Yeah.
Right? We all know.
Yeah.
So same thing with like Toyota hatchbacks and all that, unless sometimes they go a completely different direction and they'll tell you. But for this, we're just going to do the typical Toyota hatchback voiceover, where you're a family man, you have a bunch of kids, you like having fun, you go surfing on the weekends, you're sporty, you know what I mean? You're like a dad's dad, or like a young fun dad, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
You like to have a blast.
Yeah.
So you want to be you want to be talking to one person again,
Okay.
and you got to have fun with this one.
Okay. Here we go.
So read it once for information, no performance, and then we'll see. And then we'll go on the performance.
Okay. Compact size, full of fun, with sporty styling, intuitive tech, and responsive handling. The 2023 Corolla hatchback is ready to hit the road running. The 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota, starting at $23,005.
All right. Now we're going to do the whole thing through, but I need you to tell me this. Who are you going to talk to?
Let's see.
It can be anybody, but they got to be a real person so that you have like a point of reference of how you would speak to them.
I'll go for my sister. There you go.
Okay. And you don't even need to sell her on this car. It's that awesome. Yeah. And it's super fun.
All right. Compact size, full of fun. With sporty styling, intuitive tech, and responsive handling, the 2023 Corolla hatchback is ready to hit the road running. The 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota, starting at $23,005.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's work on compact size, full of fun. Okay. You said full of fun to me like you were talking about buying a bag of rocks.
Okay.
You're like, compact size, full of fun. Yeah. You gotta have some fun with this. What is full of fun for you? It can be anything, and it can be anything that you don't want to say. You can keep it to yourself, but you gotta find something. You gotta connect the dots of something that's fun to you. Cool. And by the way, the more you do this, like this is the long form of doing it. In the beginning, it gets easier as you get to know yourself. Yeah. When you start connecting the dots and you're like finding, oh, when I think about, like for me, when I think about snowboarding or surfing or going out to the bar and having some drinks with friends, like those are the things that like brings out like a visceral emotion in me. So now I can just quick hand it. When I see the word fun, I'm like, okay, well, I know what I'm talking about. I know who I'm talking to, and I can just get into it. It gets easier over time the more you do it. That's why we say in the course, you want to do as many auditions as you can possibly get your hands on, and you got to make all those DIY demos in the beginning and do this over and over and over. Until it's just second nature and it just becomes automatic. So compact size, that's information, full of fun. You gotta get some fun.
Full of fun.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Like even just a little bit over the top at first, you'll find the happy medium. Sometimes you got to feel it out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Compact size and full of fun.
Yeah. Compact Put a big smile on your face when you say it.
That helps. Yeah. Compact size, full of fun.
That is not a big smile. Give me a big smile.
You're taking over, man. Okay.
Look at my smile right now. My smile is crushing your smile.
I know. Compact size and full of fun.
That's better. It's better. And here's what I like about you. Even when like I'm trying to push you to go over the top, you still like you sound authentic, right? So as long as your voice has a great quality of authenticity to it. So as long as you know who you're talking to, you're always going to be authentic. I think the problem is going to be trying to break you out of your shell and getting you to have authentic energy and fun. So have fun. You know what I mean? Like this is a little over the top. Here's an example. This is a little over the top. I probably wouldn't do it this way, but like you could do it this way. Like they said, Jesse, can you bring your high energy shit to this role? We really want to see how much fun we can have with it. No problem. Compact size, full of fun.
There it is. Okay. I like
but
that.
You don't have to go that far. That's too far. You can even have fun with it. You can be like compact size, full of fun.
Yeah. All right. Compact size and full of fun.
Better.
Compact size, full of fun. Compact size and full of fun.
Now, with this here, keep that smile on your face and just give me the information. Don't sell it. With sporty styling, intuitive tech, and responsive handling, the 2023 Corolla, just give it to me.
Okay. With sporty styling, intuitive tech, and responsive handling, the 2023 Corolla hatchback is ready to hit the road running.
That was really good, man. Yeah, that was really good. That's it. Give me the last line now. Continue on.
Okay. The 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota, starting at $23,005.
Not bad. Give me a little bit more energy on the 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota. Okay. Make it awesome.
Yeah. The 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota.
Too much. That was good. It was good, but pull it back.
23 Corolla.
Yeah, we got a little Sunday. Hey, there he is. There's the guy I'm looking for. No, like, that's a little bit too far. So like when I say like have a smile on your face and be proud of it. And you're
Okay,
excited to tell somebody about it. But
cool.
hold that, contain the excitement inside you. Don't put it out there.
Okay. The 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota, starting at $23,005.
Good. That's good. Now let's do the whole thing together.
Okay. Compact size, full of fun, with sporty styling, intuitive tech, and responsive handling. The 2023 Corolla hatchback is ready to hit the road running. The 2023 Corolla hatchback from Toyota, starting at $23,005.
Great. So one thing I think that you should do on a daily basis, and I don't think you're doing it,
Okay.
is you need to do voice warm-ups every day, and you
Mhm.
need to do singer warm-ups, scales. You can find them on YouTube. That's what I do. I just follow one. It's in the course on like the second week module. There's like
Okay.
a whole thing about warming up and all that. I do a warm-up, but honestly, there's a link that I put in there to a YouTube warm-up for guys that I do,
Mhm.
and it takes 10 minutes. And the reason I say singer warm-ups is because they do scales and it teaches you to resonate, not just breathe from your diaphragm, but
Okay.
teaches you to resonate through your whole body. So your voice will hit different registers because your
Uh,
voice is a little bit caught in your throat a little bit. You're
yeah.
kind of talking like I can
Mhm.
hear it back there, but all that is just tension. And
Okay.
when you do scales, you'll learn how to vibrate from different parts of your body, from your chest, or even your head voice. And you can hear like the change in resonance when I do that. But that will become second nature for you. So you'll be able to hit different registers and do more fun and interesting reads.
Okay.
You can
Great.
only do that for practice.
Yeah.
There's an old saying for music where they say if you miss a day of practice, you'll notice. If you miss 2 days of practice, everybody will notice. And it's
Yeah.
true in voiceover. Every every time I skip a day of warming up my voice,
Yeah.
I regret it. I regret it. My voice is trashed within an hour. Let's move into something that's your for sure wheelhouse.
Okay.
Amica Life Insurance voiceover script.
There we go. Okay.
So this one's a little bit longer.
It's okay. So just read through
Just
or
read through for
question.
information. Now, when you think life insurance, like what are the qualities do you think a life insurance brand needs to have in order to sell life insurance for people to trust them?
Dependability, authenticity, future planning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Low
exactly
mortality.
right. Professional, like they're not wacky. They're they need to be trusted. You're a trusted advisor.
Mhm.
You're empathetic, but you're also professional. You're there for them, right? So
Mhm.
you're friendly, but you're explaining the facts, right? And
Yeah.
authenticity and just being yourself.
All right. Yeah, I can feel it in my throat a little bit. I get it.
It comes from practice, man. It's just voice warming up practice. That's all.
Absolutely. All right. And it's pronounced Amica, correct?
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
Amica. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amica. Oh, it could be Amica. I think I've heard that before, actually. I think it might be Amica.
Yeah, they're all, yeah, tomato, tomato. All right. Amica Life Insurance Company. Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutual Insurance. Our goal was to further broaden the type of financial protection available to Amica policyholders. We believe in conservative philosophy of investment, which translates into a strong and stable company for our policyholders. Amica Life Insurance has never invested in real estate, mortgages, or junk bonds. Over 98% of our company's bonds are investment grade. Careful selection and underwriting of business have resulted in extremely low mortality experience and claim costs.
Good. So my first thought, I don't know if you agree or not, but this script is fucking dry. It is dry. There's a lot of information. So
Mhm.
what you got to do is you got to make that sound like it's coming off the top of your head, and you got to add a little bit of, I don't want to say pizzazz because it's definitely not a pizzazzy spot, but you got to make it come to life a bit.
Amica Life Insurance
Oh,
Company.
phone ringing.
Do you want me to go through like a couple lines?
Yeah,
Or
let's start. Let's get the right tone for it. Let's start with so that where it says Amica Life Insurance, we're not going to read company at the top. We're not going to read that line. We're going to go down to the second line.
okay,
Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968.
okay.
Tell me the story of Amica. Why should I buy from you guys? Well, tell me a story like you're telling me a Hallmark Christmas story.
Perfect. Amica Life Insurance. Amica Life, Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutual Insurance. Our goal is to further broaden the types of financial protection available to Amica policyholders. Still dry.
A little bit, but I'm more concerned about you kind of have like a cadence.
Okay.
And we got to break that. So you got to think about how you naturally talk, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So what do you do for work?
Personally?
Yeah, personally, what do you do for work?
I do films and photography. Those are my
Films
main
and photography. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What kind of films?
So generally they're short films, and I also do a lot of food photography or videography. So I put together
Videography.
advertisements for these
Okay, so
like restaurants and bars.
Great. So I need a video to promote my voiceover services, but I need to put a bunch of video behind it. And I want to get some shots of like New York and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm interviewing a few people. Why should I hire you? Like what sets the skills that you have in videography apart? Like what sets you apart? Like what can you offer in your videography?
A big part of what I do is being able to see the details of not just necessarily the whole picture, but getting from, let's say, macro and micro aspects of what somebody's goal is. So just being able to get a better understanding of what their focus is and what overall they're going to be presenting is, or needing to be presented, or how they describe things really helps me separate myself from other people with the final product.
Great. Now, when you watch this back, you're going to see yourself come alive and you're going to realize that's exactly how you read this script is what you just told me about your videography. That was great. That was engaging. It was friendly. I was genuinely interested in it. Now, can you add that to the script? Think about how you weren't able to answer everything right away. You have to think about it for a second, right? So like the one thing you will know for sure with confidence is Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968. Now take a second and think. As a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutuals, or no, sorry, that goes all the way through. Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutual Insurance. Our goal was to further broaden the types of financial protection available to Amica policy. You know what I mean? Like really, like you got to have that natural cadence to it to make it come alive.
Conversational.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay, stand by. Door closing.
So before you start, I'm going to say, so tell me about Amica Life Insurance. We'll do a little improv.
Okay. Amica.
So tell me about Amica. I'm talking to some other people. I've got a meeting with Allstate after this, but I don't know. You seem like a friendly guy. Why Amica? Like, has it been around for a while? I haven't even heard of you guys. Are you brand new?
No, not at all. So they were incorporated in 1968 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutual Insurance, believe it or not.
Oh, okay, sweet. So tell me about it. Do the script. Let's hear it.
Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968 as a wholly.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about the mistake. Just start again.
Yeah. Okay. Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutual Insurance. Our goal was to further broaden the types of financial protection available to Amica policyholders.
Good. Keep going.
We believe in a consistent. We believe in a consistent. We believe in a consistent.
Who believes?
Yeah, we believe in a consistent, conservative philosophy of investment, which translates into a strong and stable company for our policyholders. Amica Life has never invested in real estate, mortgages, or junk bonds.
Why not?
Because over 98% of the company's bonds are investment grade. Careful selection of our underwriting of business have resulted in extremely low mortality experience and claim costs.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you guys really know your stuff. So give it to me one more time here. Okay. All the way through. We got this now.
Amica Life Insurance Company was incorporated in 1968 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Amica Mutual Insurance. Our goal was to further broaden the types of financial protection available to Amica policyholders. We believe in consistent conservative philosophy of investment, which translates into a strong and stable company for our policyholders. Amica Life Insurance, or Amica, has never invested in any real estate, mortgages, or junk bonds. Over 98% of the company's bonds are investment grade. Careful selection of the underwriting of business have resulted in extremely low mortality experience and claim costs.
Good. You're getting there. You're getting there. So one thing that happens when you do this a lot, and another reason why I always tell everybody to do as many auditions as they can a day, is your eyes and your brain start to work kind of separately, meaning you will be reading 2 lines ahead of what's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And you'll just get really good at reading the copy. And when you get good at it and you're taking the words off the page more and more and more, you won't think about the words, and you'll sound less and less like you're reading them. You know what I mean? The gap between how you sound when you're talking naturally and how you sound when you're reading copy will become almost non-existent. But that only happens from doing it over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, I want to sound like you, man.
It just takes practice. It doesn't take that long. I'll tell you this. If I take a week off of doing voiceover and I go back and I have a live session, I'm all over the map.
Oh,
It's not a skill you have and then you have it forever. It's practice.
yeah.
It's a practice. You got to stay in shape. I do, like, I would say 50 to 60 auditions, but I usually hit 50 and then about 55 or so, sometimes 60 or 70. Even if I don't have anything going on that day, I'll just do all the auditions. But when I do that many, like, this just becomes second nature. But it's a skill you got to keep. Let's do, what do we got here? We got time for one more. Yeah, let's do this PSA here, the Texas one. So don't worry about the accent. What do you say all man for?
Oh, no. No accent, I'm good. Okay.
No accent. Don't worry about the accent this time. Because we're kind of in the beginning stages. Like, the accents and all that stuff is just, it's icing on the cake later on. You don't need it, really. I've rarely ever been asked to do an accent, but if you can do one, it makes you just a little bit more employable.
Okay. Sounds good. When a school is failing, what can parents do? More than you think. Here are 3 ways parents are making a difference.
Great. So let's start right there. Okay. So there's a tone shift right in the beginning of this.
Okay.
We're talking about when a school is failing, what can parents do? Where we've got, desperation. What's another word? I don't know. Just giving up, confusion, hurt, despair.
Yeah.
And then you've got more than you think. You're lifting them up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's almost like a scare tactic. And then here's the solution.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is like, I think scare is the wrong word. You're emphasizing what you're empathizing with them. You know what I mean? You're like, when a school is failing, like, what can parents do? Actually, I have the answer, and here it is. So we need to hear that tone shift in the beginning. Okay. So give me some doom and gloom, and then show me the silver lining.
Okay. When a school is failing, what can parents do? More than you think. Here are 3 ways parents are making a difference.
Good. Slow it down. Like, slow it down. And then, like, with something like this, I'd get right close to the microphone and I would totally change my mood. I wouldn't start until I, like, successfully change my mood. And how you change your mood is just thinking about the topic we're talking about. Well, I mean, it's easy just to go Texas and schools, and that just brings you down right away, right? There's terrible things that happen in schools in Texas. When school is failing, like, what can parents do? Yeah. Okay. So just say it to me. Just that first line, like, when a school is failing, what can parents tell me? I have kids in school in Texas, and I'm just beside myself. I don't know what to do. When a school is
failing, what can parents do? When a school is
empathize with me, like, really, like feel my pain. You know what I mean? And, like,
when a school is failing, what can parents do?
That's great. That's great. Now give me the solution.
More than you think. Here are 3 ways parents are making a difference.
When you say more than you think, give me a half a smile when you say that.
More than you think.
There you go.
Here are 3 ways parents are making a difference.
Great. Now give me the whole first part.
Okay. When a school is failing, what can parents do? More than you think. Here are three ways parents are making a difference.
You lost a little bit of the empathizing in the beginning, probably because you weren't looking at me or looking at the paper. So
Mm,
just when you're looking at that
okay.
paper, no, you don't need to look at me because you have to learn how to do it in the paper off the paper.
Hmm.
Just whoever, think about your sister in pain, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And you're empathizing with her, like, let's say her podcast is failing.
Mm,
Like when your podcast is failing, what can you do?
yeah.
What do you think? I got you. Here's some stuff that's gonna help.
Cool.
Be big brother on this. You're the big
Hey,
brother or you're the little brother?
little.
You're a little brother. Okay, cool.
When a school is failing, what can parents do? More than you think. Here are three ways parents are making a difference.
Bring your volume down by half in the first line.
When a school is failing, what can parents do?
Half.
When a school is failing, what can parents do?
Better.
More than you think. Here are
Great.
three ways parents are making a difference.
When you say more than you think, I want you to drag out more.
So I'll go through. When a school is failing, what can parents do? More than you think. Here are
Oh,
three
sorry,
ways.
like more like as in,
Longer.
yeah, like drag out the vowels. This is something that they're going to tell you in live sessions and in auditions, live auditions. This is what the you'll be live and they'll be like, I want you to do the same thing and hit think, or I want you to drag out more. And so like you're good at this right now. So I'm just trying to just make it just a little bit better and also get you used to the things that you'll hear when you're doing it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So remember, volume by half, take your time, do it real slow, When a
Mhm.
school is failing, what can parents do? Just above a whisper. More than you think. Here are three ways parents are making a difference. The
Cool.
more time you take with this, the more it will stand out. You drag people, you bring people in rather
Yeah.
than come out to meet them. You bring them in when you bring your volume down
Mhm.
and you get real slow. If there's a pause between certain things, people they come in, they listen.
When a school is failing, what can parents do? More than you think. Here are three ways parents are making a difference.
Okay, great. Now let's continue on.
Number one, the parent trigger. In Texas, if your school is failing or if your school has failed for 5 years in a row, parents can petition to intervene. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner than rather than later. That's why the other states' parents can start the intervention after only 3 years.
So we're going to tone shift again when we get to number one, the parent trigger.
Okay.
So you brought them up by saying more than you think. Here are three ways parents are making a difference. Now give the information with confidence. Number one, the parent trigger. In Texas, if your school has failed for 5 years in a row, parents can petition to intervene. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention only after 3 years. After only 3 years. See, I do this every day, all day, and I mess up. So don't worry about making mistakes.
Good. Number one, the parent trigger. In Texas, your school has failed. Wait. I'm hearing you in my head, and then
Oh, I shouldn't have done
no,
that.
that's perfect. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I need that. Okay. Number one, the parent trigger. In Texas, if your school has failed for 5 years in a row, the parents can petition to intervene. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention after only 3 years.
Okay, do it again and let's smooth it out. Good job, though.
Thank you. Number one, the parent trigger. In Texas, if your school has failed for 5 years in a row, the parents can petition to intervene. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention after only 3 years.
Great. Now there's some important information in there that we've got to kind of billboard a bit.
Okay.
Remember, billboarding is we're making it stand out a little bit. Best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? You've got to kind of put some doom and gloom on rather than later because bad things can happen. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then when you get onto the end there, when it says that's why in other states, this way you say other, you got to really have that stand out. That's why in other states, parents can start intervention after only 3 years. That's important. That's information they need to hear.
Okay. That's perfect. Okay.
It's also how you make a script come to life.
Yeah, you nailed it. You did it. Okay. Number one, the parent trigger. In Texas, if your school has failed for 5 years in a row, parents can petition to intervene. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner than or sooner. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner than.
It's okay. You get it.
But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's
Yeah.
why.
Now give me a space between sooner and later. So
Okay.
better to intervene sooner rather than later. And if you
Okay.
take too much time, it's okay. They can just they can edit that out and get it the way they want.
But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention process after only 3 years.
Yeah. And almost, I would say, a little bit of a tinge of like anger about that a little bit, but not like you're not pissed off, but a little bit. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention only after only 3 years.
Yeah. So okay, I like that. But but best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention after only 3 years. I spaced it differently. Okay. But best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention after only 3 years. Or after only
Yeah, because in Texas, you have to wait 5 years, right?
yeah.
In Texas, if your school has failed for 5 years in a row, parents can petition to intervene. Best practices say it's better to intervene sooner rather than later. That's why in other states, parents can start the intervention after only 3 years. So you're talking to people that have already had their school fail for 5 years. So they need to start the petition right now because
Yeah,
it's better to start it sooner rather than later, right?
absolutely.
Because stuff can happen. All right. So let's try number two. We won't get to number three. I don't. Well, this is pretty long. We'll cut it at number two.
Okay.
Number two, the Achievement School District. Imagine a school that's failing year after year. Some states send a dedicated team to take over the school and run it. In New Orleans, this program has cut dropout rates in half. So this is like, yeah, just give me the information, see where you're at,
Okay.
and give me a tinge of positivity on this one because the other one ended kind of negative.
Okay. Number two, the Achievement School District. Imagine a school that's failing year after year. Some states send in a dedicated team to take over the school and run it. In New Orleans, this program has cut dropout rates in half.
Good, good. Now paint the picture for me. Really, like, take your time with it. Imagine a school that's failing year after year.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it if you just rip right through it.
That's true. That's true.
Take your time with it, right?
Number two, the Achievement Schools District. Number two, the Achievement School District. Imagine a school that's failing year after year. Some states send in a dedicated team to take over the school and run it. In New Orleans, this program has cut dropout rates in half.
That's pretty good. That's good. That's good. Let's finish this. We'll finish up here. And three, investing in teachers in other states, teachers are treated like the professionals they are, given the training and tools they need to become better teachers. Okay, you're really like beat the drum here that like you're on the teacher's side.
Okay.
They're worth more.
Okay. And three, investing in teachers. In other states, teachers are treated like the professionals they are, given the training and tools they need to become better teachers and help students achieve.
Okay, when you say teachers is good, in other states, teachers are treated like the professionals they are. Land that plane. Almost like pretend there's a period there. End the sentence.
Okay.
And then continue it, given the training and tools they need to become better teachers and help students achieve, like really spell it out for them.
Great. And three, investing in teachers. In other states, teachers are treated like the professionals they are, given the training and tools they need to become better teachers and help students achieve.
That's great. That was great, man.
Thanks.
Okay. These are 3 ways parents are helping failing schools. See more at TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org. Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools. Give me some happiness at the end here. We
Yeah.
just went through a lot. So like, let's bring it home and make sure everyone's positive and they're gonna go to the website and make sure the school gets fired.
These are three ways parents are
How many
helping.
ways?
These are three ways parents are helping failing schools. See more at TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org. TexansDeservesGreatSchools.org. Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
Great. Big silly smile on your face and say that paid for by Texans deserve great schools twice as fast.
Okay. Go through the whole thing real
Just,
quick.
but no, just, yeah, but only the last line twice as fast. Paid for by Texas deserves great schools. That's what's called legal. And they do that. They allot like the smallest amount of time that they legally can for that line because they're forced to put it in. They don't want to put it in.
Very fast.
They have to.
Yeah. TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org. Wait, Texans
paid for by Texans deserve great schools.
Okay.
Paid for by Texans deserve great schools.
Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
You sound like a robot. A little bit slower. They can speed it up too. So like you don't have to go crazy. Just be like, paid for by Texans deserve great schools.
Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
A little bit faster than that.
Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
Great. Now give me that whole last bit. These are three ways.
These are three ways parents are helping failing schools. See more at TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org.
I lost the three. Let's go back again.
Oh.
It sounded like three ways was one word.
These are three ways parents are helping failing schools. See more at TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org. Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
I feel like you were mocking me with the three ways. That was a little bit much. Pull it back a bit. Let's hear it. These are three ways parents are helping failing schools. See more at TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org. Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
These are three ways These are three ways parents are helping failing schools. See more at TexansDeserveGreatSchools.org. Paid for by Texans Deserve Great Schools.
Great. Good sesh, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
This helps out a lot. Like just being able to have the guidance and have you walk me through the chunks, let's say, that seem like they can go together, but I really appreciate the fact of, like, let's say, breaking out specific words like the three, for example, and in addition to when starting, the whole aspect of when a school is failing, what can parents do? I really like those kinds of bits of information.
Yeah, no problem. There's two things that you really want to cultivate, and that's making it sound like it's coming off the top of your head.
Yeah.
And communicating information. So if you know that your job here is to communicate the information, which it is to take what the writer wrote, the copywriter, and telepathically put that into, well, verbally, but still it's kind of telepathically, verbally put that into someone else's head, right? And the only way they're going to listen is if they sound like they're not being talked at, but talked to.
True.
So you really have to have a clear picture of who you're talking to and practice and make sure. One thing you can do is take it like your iPhone and just put it on, because you're an Apple guy, and put it on voice notes, and then start just rambling off like what you did today. Like, I went to the grocery store and I bought a steak. The price was whatever it was. I talked to the grocery store later. Or when you're talking to Mariette, just have a conversation and just record it and see how you talk. And then what you want to do is find a piece like this and go through and see how close you can get it to match what you sound like in everyday life. And you'll start noticing things, right? That helps a lot when you're listening to your recordings and you'll go back and you're like, oh, like when I first started doing voiceover, everything I thought, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because I didn't get training at first. I tried to learn it on my own, and I did. It's way harder that way, but you can do it. And all that stuff that I recorded in the very beginning, it sucked, but I thought it was great. And I went back like a year later, because you constantly improve. Even now I'm improving. I'll hear things I did last year. I'm like, ooh, not as much as when I first started, but you improve really quick if you work at it a lot and listen to your stuff and listen to great commercials too. Yeah. Well, when you're going, if you have Spotify, don't have like a paid account and just listen to all the commercials as you're going through. Or when you're watching a YouTube video, just play out the commercial, and if it's got a good voiceover on it, and if you like it, think about why you like it. What are they doing? What's drawing you in? What's making you listen?
I agree. I agree.
So
Absolutely.
that's that. So I've talked
Cool.
your ear off. That is it. I'm going to end this now, and then I will send you over the copy when it's done rendering. You can
You
check it
rock, man.
out. Thanks, Ed. Talk to you
Good.
soon.